What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Gamecast. You can always keep up to date with everything we do over here when we talk about games at itgtv.com, our socials, all that great stuff. Hit us up. Our YouTube continues to climb. We appreciate each and every one of you stopping by, hanging out, and shooting the breeze. There's always something to talk about when it comes to games, and who other than to join me like always. It's a Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday, we go live with ITG Gamecast, and I'm joined with Steve Radley. Steve, what's happening, buddy?
Hello there. Hello. Yeah, it's past my bedtime this late.
That's jolly old England there. It's got to be like 2 in the morning or something, isn't it?
It's something like that, yes. There's not a difference. But I'm really good. I'm looking forward to this podcast today, or the Gamecast today.
Absolutely. There's lots to talk about, eh?
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, we always see him every day join alongside me with ITG Daily. It's none other than Mr. Scott Savage. Scott, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, I've got the very characteristic headache going on today, but that's okay. That's just every day. When you stare into screens all day, that's kind of what happens.
Well, there's been a lot of screen staring lately. We're definitely busy over here. There's a lot going on. But today, we're doing something pretty cool. Xbox has revealed that they're going to have their own Xbox showcase this year for the rest in peace E3 area, right? We're going to Summer Game Fest. We're going to be checking that out. Xbox is going to have their thing on Sunday. Looking forward to that. We today are going to predict it. What's going on here? Come on. Give us this. Brad's already joining us. He wants the old Savage from yesteryears when we were doing the ITG Daily Live. Yeah, that was funny.
Savage.
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, you can always hang out here with us. We're having a good time here. And there's a lot to get into. Normally, we get into what we've been playing. We get into in or out, and then topic of the show. But today's show is so big in its topic off right, we're just going to start there, boys. We're starting with our 5 predictions. We're each going to have 5 predictions. We're going to go around the table. We're each going to announce 1 prediction. You only get 1. 1 prediction at a time. We're not going to do 2. We're not going to do 3. Yeah. You're not going to spur them all out and just go, okay, now I got them all. That's not how this works. You get 1 shot. And then we're going to bounce on to the next person. And you get 1 shot. We're going to go to the next person. All right. So this is how it goes. Who would like to start?
What about you?
Oh.
What about you, Drew?
That's fair. That's fair.
So you're the remaster. You can start off.
All right. Well, there's been rumors. Still, we don't know anything. Just off the top, right? Straight up, we know nothing for the Xbox Showcase. This is all just pure predictions, pure speculation, and pure dreaming and desires. I think at this point, isn't it, boys?
That's right.
This is what we want to see.
There's one game I'm not going to mention, but it's not actually Xbox related. But the Titanfall 3 need is still there.
Keep
dreams.
Yeah, that is the year of dreams right there. All right, my first prediction then. We've heard rumors. Man, so I made a pretty good list, right? And I'm going, where do I start? Because I know somebody's going to pick this one. I know somebody's going to pick that one if I don't get there first, right? So at the end of this, when we come all back from Summer Game Fest, we are going to tally our predictions. We're going to see who won our prediction shows. Because that's always fun. I always have a blast doing this kind of stuff. So let's get into it. I'm going to go with Xbox will reveal and then give a release window. Because lately, if you've noticed, when they announce something, there is no official actual date on anything, is it? Right? You get here's the window. So I'm going to predict the window. First up, Xbox handheld. We are going to get this handheld device. Yeah, Steve, I stole it, didn't I? Right? So this is kind of where I'm like, we got to get this handheld. It's been rumored now for a long time. Sarah Bond's gone on the precipice of saying the next generational leap like no other, right? It's still going to be the biggest technological leap. I'm like, what is this thing? What is this? Words. It's a big, bold statement from Sarah Bond. It's a pretty wicked last name.
Well, I was going to
rivals my own
because I was going to I know you put the handheld, and this could really tie in with a different one of a new console. They could be
You think it's like the Switch then?
Well, it could be like a Xbox Series X Pro.
Ooh.
Maybe a new 2 terabyte or something a bit more beefy, and then maybe the handheld.
All right.
As well.
All right.
Maybe like the PlayStation.
Oh.
Maybe good conjunction.
Brad says the Xbox Series S portable. That's not bad, actually, Brad. That's not
just a
bad.
little screen on it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if you've seen it in the past already, you can actually get the Xbox Series S with a screen attachment on top, and it just folds up.
That was a Kickstart thing. I believe.
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Some guy just bolts into the back and it's like an LCD display on it.
So,
very cool.
My prediction is that we get the Xbox handheld announcement with a holiday release for 2025. Not this year. I don't think we get it this year. As much as I'd like to see it this year, I don't think we get it this year. I think it's a 2025. Well,
unless it comes at Christmas time.
Well, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If they announce it now, then they're probably showing their hand a little too early for PlayStation. Think about that. Right? Whoa. Competition's going to see what we're up to here. We're going to give them a full year. I don't think so. Backing up my prediction.
Yeah, but they've already bought out the Portal. So
they're
not going to...
You still don't want to show your hand. Right? You still don't want to show your hand too much. You don't want to show too much, Steve. I go Xbox handheld, holiday season 2024. That's my first prediction. So here, I'm making notes, boys, because this is what we're going to do. This is my first prediction. Who is going next?
Okay, Scott.
Yeah.
All right, Scott, what do you got? What is your first prediction?
Well, it's the idea of getting out ahead of you and grabbing one is something I had thought of, but I don't believe I have done that in this case. You've already thrown me off the trail with your first prediction.
That was a good one.
I have a feeling I know what your other one is, or your second one, but I'm going to go with id Software. I think we're going to see Quake.
Oh, nice.
We've had Quake Remaster 1, Quake Remaster 2, and I don't believe it had anything to do with those necessarily other than just licensing, but what it is just a little tease to me, just that Quake is still alive somewhere in some capacity. And QuakeCon is actually coming up in August 8th to the 11th. So I think that might coincide with, I think they'll show off something a little bit there. And then into August, we'll get the actual full video reveal. Here's a proper trailer.
Kyle goes, no Quake, it's dead.
They said that about Doom.
So you're predicting we get a Quake tease at the Xbox event.
Yeah, no release date, nothing like that. That would be far too much information. We would have heard something about it by now.
A splash screen, or like a little bit more than that?
I think just a splash.
Just a splash screen, eh? Yeah.
Or like a little bit of a game trailer and then just leave it opened. So you kind of think, ooh, that looks like a Quake.
They could show the Remaster 1, Remaster 2, they splice together a little sizzle reel, and then at the end it goes Quake 3, but it's a different 3 logo. I don't know. Quake 5 is what would be up next, because Quake 4 was out on 360, but that again was almost 20 years ago now. I guess not.
Do you think they carry on the legacy and like go with a numbered sequence, or do they just reboot it and just go Quake?
I think it's more likely they just do a reboot. Same with Doom. Doom became just Doom again.
Sure. No, that makes sense. Absolutely. That's a good prediction,
2025, man. I hope.
Yep. Okay. So, are you going to put a date on it?
No. I think it's going to be the second half of the year.
That's fair.
That's an open window, but...
Yeah. All right, Steve, you're up next, buddy. What are you predicting? What's your first prediction?
I'm going for a safe bet. I'm going for Gears of War 6.
Ah, man, that was on my list. Yeah. How much of it do you think we see?
I think they're going to do like a cinematic trailer and a bit of gameplay, and it'll be released at the end of the year. Falling.
Oh, all right. So you expect a full. Well, it's been. Gears came out in what, 2019? Gears 5. Before that, 2018, right?
So it's due.
It is due. Yeah, definitely is due. You have to think Coalition's been working on it since Gears 5 wrapped up. And there was DLC for Gears 5. There was a bunch of other new modes. And Hive Busters came out, right? So there's that there as well. And then when you get into it, you take a look at it. Yeah, you know what? Gears 6, it was my prediction too. I don't know if we see it this year, though. So you say Gears 6 with a 2024 release date.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a bold one. I like it. So
I sure hope so.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm calling it right now. So you announced you predict Gear 6. So if they come out Gear 6, but they don't give a release date, you get half a point. All right.
Okay.
You get half a point. We'll play nice and easy here. Northern says Gear 6 comes back with full and will be full games of service.
Oh,
It's, yeah, maybe, right? What does? Well, I was gonna say, what do they have right now for games of service? Sea of Thieves, right? That's their games of service right now.
I strongly disagree because of Halo. I don't think. I think you'd have to be a fool to shoot yourself in the foot twice.
Well, yeah. Okay.
With the flagship title like that, just because it's the first party mascot, I don't think you could really mess around with that.
Yep. All right, Scott, we're going to go to you for the second round. What is your second prediction, which then puts me last? Oh, this one hurts.
Well, this is one that I'm sure neither of you were going to think about, and that is the Elder Scrolls Castles.
What?
Now,
nah, dude, I'm nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
May not be aware of what Elder Scrolls Castles even is.
No.
So far, the description of it sounds like it's going to be a Fallout shelter, but for Elder Scrolls.
Mobile?
I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but yes, this is developed by a mobile company.
Okay.
I forget the company that's first party Xbox that does mobile stuff, but I think they're working with Bethesda.
Called Activision Blizzard King now.
That's a huge resources to put behind something like this. And so far we don't have any release date concrete. I went to the App Store and I tried to see what information it would give, and it is expected but not confirmed for December of 2024. So I think what we get in the Summer Games Fest actual showcase is, hey, here it is, and here's the release date.
All right.
Fallout is all the rage right now, so I'm not sure, how they're gonna sneak it in, but maybe I can foresee it actually. Hey, Fallout's been really big. We all love Fallout here, but don't forget, Elder Scrolls is the next one on the way, and to tide you over, here's Castles.
Hope this lasts you for another 5 years. Not at all.
Play all of the Fallout games before the Elder Scrolls comes out.
That's funny. All right, Steve, we're gonna move on to you for prediction number 2.
Ooh, Stalker 2.
Stalker 2. Oh, yeah, they're heavily aligned, right? They are heavily aligned with Xbox.
Sometime this year. Yeah. Sometime this year. It looks pretty cool. It's been delayed a few times.
That studio's had some unfortunate issues, right? For sure. Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember if there was a release date put for that now. I thought it was in September, but
it might have been actually
one of the ones that passed, I believe. Yeah.
And then it got delayed and whatever else, right? So yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a whirlwind for that studio trying to get this Stalker 2 game accomplished and out the door, and it's just been one nightmare situation after another. They've had people leave the studio to go help defend the country. Like, it's just been wow. What a story.
Was struck, I believe. They've moved to a second studio, which was then struck. It's
caught fire.
You don't want to think about.
No. Hopefully nobody ever has to deal with that ever again. But all right, so your prediction is Stalker 2 gets a release date?
September time this year.
Okay. Oh man, I'll give you a bonus if you actually get it for the date. All right, so Stalker 2 gets a September release. Okay. All right, my turn, My turn. Drew, second prediction.
I know what one of yours are. I'm not going to take it, though, if you would like to hold on to that one.
I'm going with Fable gets a release date. I'm going with Fable. We're going to see Fable. Fable's so overdue at this point. They have to show something. Kyle tunes in and says he wants a bonus. Dude, you beat me out MLB last night. There's your bonus. It's been so long. So long for Fable. And part of me now, too, is going, you got to take a look at... Oh, I got an easy one, too. I'm holding this. I'm holding this back. I'm not saying anymore. So my second one is Fable. Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a gameplay trailer?
Yes.
I've got to show something. There's been nothing, is there?
Absolutely. That's just it,
No.
Steve. It has to be.
Yeah,
they showed us an in-game cinematic is what they showed us. They said this is gameplay. And you watch it, and I've watched it back numerous times. I don't see anything. Like, I don't see any gameplay related there. I want to see, here's our character. This is how it's played. This is what you do, kind of thing, right? I want in-depth look at. Give me 4 minutes, 5 minutes of solid gameplay of Fable with a release date of 2025. Release window of 2025. They're not ready to put a date on this. They are not even close, probably, to putting a date on it. I'm really, at this point, just hoping for a 2025, but we'll see. So that's my prediction. Fable gameplay with a 2025 release is my prediction.
I really hope so. I've seen a lot of conversation about that that one trailer that they did show, and how the people saying this isn't gameplay, this isn't real, this is whatever, and some of the directors or the developers responded saying, "This is a compliment to us. Thank you. You cannot differentiate if this is pre-rendered or in-game. That's actually a compliment because it means it's that good."
Yep.
And I thought, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't recognize the actor, but looking him up, it's a pretty 1-to-1.
Yeah. And nobody knows, right? Like, you can't, it is. So it's in-game. They said it was actually in-game gameplay of the, but you don't see, I want to see, like, the game itself, right? We saw just kind of a couple things play out, but I need to know a lot more at this point.
Oh, I want to see button inputs.
Well,
on the screen.
I don't
know what the story's about, or what role you play. What bit of story is there? Saving the kingdom.
So many questions, right? There's so many questions on it, but yeah. All right, Steve.
Yes.
Round 3. You kick it off. What do you got?
Okay, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yeah, that was on my list too. That was an easy one.
I know it was.
Yeah.
I reckon early next year, February, March.
Do you think we get any sort of gameplay window, or I don't believe we've seen much other than that reveal.
Just that one reveal trailer, right? Is all we had. Yeah.
The guy, he's buried in the sand. The guy.
I've seen a couple of clips of him like fighting, like indie, like punch fighting and the Nazis and that kind of thing. Excuse me.
Brad says we will see a Fable trailer with 10 seconds more of the fairy flying around. go away, Brad. Yeah. So.
Yeah, just enough to add. Oh, it's the chicken chaser.
All right, so at Indiana Jones with a release
maybe March time.
No, dude, it's coming this year. It's coming this year. I will save you on this one. It is coming this year. Yeah, they've already announced it, right? So they did a showcase where they said Avowed, Hellblade 2, Aura. I almost forgot what it was called. And then Indiana Jones. They're 4 major games coming this year. So, if you're keying up, I believe, rumors is December.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard.
Okay.
Holiday season, right? So you think we get the official release dates then, Steve?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too, buddy.
Because it's that close, I think that's probably a good bet. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna think so too as well, right? I think we're overdue to know a lot more. I think we're gonna probably get a pretty good look at the game itself, because they want to queue up, right? Like we're here. This is what you get this year. So we get Hellblade before we even get to LA to Summer Game Fest. So Hellblade 2 will already be out. That will be in everybody's hands. And then from there, we'll moving into what's next. When is Avowed, Aura, Indiana Jones, right? Nothing's been official, but I think at Summer Game Fest, we get the official date of boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Prediction number 3.
I've been skipped.
No, you have not. Because you started off round 2. Steve starts off round 3, which then circles to me, which ends on you. And then we're back around. You know what I mean?
You're the poker player. I'll leave it in your hands.
All right. You might be right. Because I started, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's me. Then it was Scott. Then it was Steve. And then, Scott, you started round 2. and then it was because your round 2 was the Elder Scrolls Castles, right?
Yep.
Then it went to Steve, and then me, and then round 3 starts with Steve, then me, and then you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm on track. I'm like, man, I'm the one making the notes. I'm screwing those up. So I got a couple. Here's the funny thing, because now they're bigger. Like Microsoft now and Xbox is huge with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. That just puts them at a whole other level. There's got to be some kind of welcome to the family sort of reveal, right? There's got to be something big. I think that they're going to hold some kind of so I'm predicting a new IP for my third one. A new IP. Is it too early though? Because they just got there, right? Like they're just warming up. Have they been able to work? They've been working on something. Yeah, it's called Call of Duty. Right? Like it's just been so much Call of Duty. It's like, man,
we're finding out that other companies have shut down their productions to help Call of Duty.
Oh,
Donkey Kong because of this.
goodness
We just talked about that this morning.
yeah, right. Vicarious Visions was started a new Donkey Kong, but then it got scrapped because Vicarious went in to work on more Call of Duty. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So it's just like one of those things. We got to get a new IP, and I think, excuse me, Blizzard canceled their new IP, right? That's the other thing you got to think of too, is that they were going to work on this new RPG, and they scrapped it. Like Xbox scrapped it. So now, like, how much do we really see of Activision and Blizzard? There's got to be something to kind of say, hey, don't forget, like, welcoming them, because we're gonna get the Xbox, Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard. Man.
I think it'd be a Call of Duty. I think it'd be a new game.
Yeah.
New Call of Duty game.
Oh.
It has to. It has to.
Well, I can't steal that on you, Steve. You just mentioned that. But I was thinking, like...
You can have that one, because I had it written down, but you already mentioned Call of Duty and...
Well, the Call of Duty gets its own direct afterwards, right? Like, that's the new Call of Duty gets its own direct. So
Is that on Gulf War, though? And perhaps this is a tease for what's after Gulf War.
Is it a return to Black Ops?
I think this one is
I
Black
thought
Ops.
I read something.
The Gulf War one is Black Ops?
I think so.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, this is like, we got to get something out of these guys to say. There's got to be some kind of... They've got to have... Okay, I'm calling a new game out of Activision Blizzard King. That's a new IP.
Call of Duty, the boot goes down on the moon.
Yeah, that doesn't
you
count.
realize, we're going to space again.
No.
You know, Infinite Warfare, I've only ever seen good things mentioned by people who play it. I feel like Infinite Warfare was a big subject of a hate campaign that was not warranted.
Right.
I haven't beaten it myself, so maybe you get 3/4 of the way in, it gets really silly, but
Sure.
Kit Harington was expensive. I want to see him worked well.
Yeah, I can't do that, Brad. But yeah, I could, but I don't want to. I got to contact a Raven Software. He said, just reach out to him. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I've talked to him. Now. He's a good buddy, and I appreciate him. So, Scott, number 3, buddy. What's your third? Yeah, okay, you do that then.
My number 3 is one of the easier ones, I have to admit. What is Arcane Studios working on right now?
Blade.
That's right.
Yep.
Now, have we seen anything about Blade? And refresh my memory if we have, because I honestly don't remember seeing anything about Blade whatsoever.
There's
Maybe
a trailer.
just a logo, and
it was like an intro trailer, but it was all cinematic stuff, right? Like it was nothing gameplay related.
I think that's why I just wiped it from my memory. Really,
sure.
Too much to glean from it. But I think it being a ginormous Marvel Blade property, I think this is going to be something they have to show. Whether it's coming soon or not, I think is irrelevant. It'll be a teaser either way. So no release date.
Another Blade teaser trailer, you think?
Yeah, like similar to a Fable. Like, hey, look, remember? But then you don't hear about it for another couple of years.
Oh man, yeah.
I hope it's not going to be like the Vampire Masquerade kind of style Blade. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's going to be something. I hope it's going to be something a bit more original. There, but when you sort of get around to playing it, it's like this feels similar to something else, and they're just different skin. Got to be nice to sort of have a good story to it.
Right. Yeah,
know,
I am
I've
curious. I'm
never
not a
actually-
vampire guy though. Like I've never been a Blade fan. So when Arcane
I've not
came
seen
out,
the movie.
man, I wanna. My brother's seen them. He says they're awesome. He loves them.
Yeah, the movie's
Everybody
good.
loves them.
Dude, I
It's
just
Samurai
want
Swords.
Dishonored. I just want more Dishonored, right? Like I know it's not gonna happen. It's gotta happen at some point, I would think. But for me, coming off of Deathloop, and now they're moving. Well, we got Redfall, but nobody has to talk about that one. And then from there, we get into Blade, which is gonna take up a couple more years of their time, right? And then what happens? Then what happens? Do we get Dishonored 3? Do we finally get back into the world of Dishonored? Like, give me my stealth, man. Give it back. Give it back.
No, Blade is too much of a hit, and they have to stick with it.
Well, there is that too. Like, that's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Do you think the Deathloop 2 is possible?
No.
Just when we're on that. No.
No, I don't think so. I think it did all right, but I don't think it's got enough staying power behind it because it played like it messed up, but like a lot of people, right? It wasn't your typical. You had to understand what the loop did to you because you had to take out all 8 targets within this loop. Your one run, and it's like, man, how do you figure this out? And a lot of people were able to do it, and some people weren't, and it just didn't. I don't think it quite had the commercial success that they wanted it to have. I thought it was a cool game. I appreciate it. It was definitely a little quirky, but I'm just
That
such
was
a
game of the year, I believe, wasn't it?
excuse me. Was it really?
I think it was. And
Oh, you gotta look that up,
what year would
Scott.
that have been? Yeah, what
It might
year
have
was
been
that?
nominated. I don't know if it was it really game of the year. Because at the time
Look,
too.
it did get some award. It did get some award, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. At that time too, Xbox just bought Bethesda, but still had the contract to give it to PlayStation because it was a PlayStation exclusive, right? So
Yes, yeah.
which then eventually that exclusive was over, and then it came over to Xbox, and that's how everybody plays it now. So it's everywhere, which is good. I kind of like things being everywhere, but you also need exclusives.
Oh, it won Best Game Direction Award.
Okay, yeah.
At least that one. I believe there was more, but that's the one I found.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think it won Game of the Year, but it was definitely a cool title out of Arcane. So yeah, you're then predicting Blade teaser trailer to show off a little bit more of the game. Fair enough.
Yeah, just a little bit more, even if it's just teaser, like a story teaser, a
Yeah.
narrative kind of teaser.
Mhm.
That's more than enough, I think.
Okay. So, Scott, this is something you've been asking for a very long time, buddy. And I cannot believe it. We're 4th round in, and I'm gonna steal it on you. We see Perfect Dark.
Oh, I hope so.
Dude, we have to see it. Again, right? It was the same thing announced with Fable, so they've got to be pretty close in the same time zone, right?
That was 2018.
Yeah. So where is it? Right? This is now 2024. What you got? You got to have something up your sleeve to show us. Give us Perfect Dark. I think we get again, right? I'm kind of going with the Fable thing. I think we get a gameplay trailer. Hang on. Do they?
Ooh. I'm thinking of the gameplay trailer. All they have to do is show Elvis and show Joanna Dark, and then it's done.
I
Take
think
my
they
money.
open with Perfect Dark.
Mm.
I think that'd be a bold move. Brad, go away with your Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh.
Don't do that to me. Get out of here. Somebody ban that guy for a minute or two. Man,
I just recently brought up Beyond Good and Evil 2.
That's-
That's funny because it was about a week ago. I
hurts.
thought I was like, that's like 20 years old now. It's not coming.
Yeah, I think they open with Perfect Dark. I might be completely wrong on this, but I think that'd be a strong opening because it has been such a beloved franchise to finally get it back, and you open with Perfect Dark would be a strong opener, I think. So you open with Perfect Dark and get into gameplay. No announcement of a window, no announcement of a release date, nothing. It is, here's what you're going to get into. And they leave it at that, and then they move on. That's my prediction. Open Perfect Dark gameplay. No
Just a reminder.
release. Yep, right? No release date or release window. All right. So then now, Scott, this pushes over to your 4th. Dude, I can't believe you didn't pick Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I tried to leave some of the easy ones because that way I didn't have to scramble to recover another. But my
What did I pick for my third
next
one?
pick.
You, Steve, sir, picked Indiana Jones release date.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Right? And you're lining up for a holiday season.
Yep.
I'm thinking we get something more. It's going to be a teaser, and nobody's going to understand it whatsoever. And if that's not a hint, I don't know what is. I think this is going to be OD from Kojima Productions. I think we
Good
might see
call.
just a little
Good.
bit, but like I said, it will make no sense. It'll
Yeah.
be just a reminder. Hey, yeah, remember me? Hey, remember PT guys? Well, guess what's coming?
Yeah, no, good call. Yeah, that's a big get for Xbox too, right? They want to be able to show off Kojima. They're gonna have him flashed around the whole whatever. Kyle thinks Crimson Skies, dude. Crimson Skies.
Oh,
What a game! What a game back in the day. It was so good, and then they just let it die. That's like,
it didn't
man.
really age as well though.
Oh, it's
from
horrible.
what-
You played that remake, I was like, whoa, I'm out of here. Nope, you just
Yeah,
tainted old memories. Don't do that to me, man. It was so good back in the day. It was a different
I
time,
stayed
right?
clear of it after because I would like to keep it as a memory.
All right, so yeah, Kojima production, OD. So they're gonna have Kojima come out and talk about. Man, good call. Nah, that's a good one.
And OD is just supposedly myth has it that it stands for overdose of fear, which makes me think of PT. So I think it's a really easy stage present to make. He really just has to
Yeah.
show his face and go, "It's
Yeah.
coming,"
Kojima doesn't have to do
and the
anything.
crowd will roar.
You could just throw a picture up on the screen of his face, and everybody loses
You
their
mentioned
mind.
his name, and everybody
Yeah.
cheers.
Yeah, right. So that's a huge get for Xbox too to bring over OD, and then yeah, nice, cool. All right, Steve, this is your fourth prediction. We have one more after this. What is your
mentioned-
fourth?
I was going to say Dishonored 3, but you had kind of mentioned it.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't do
The
that.
last one.
Let me help you out. Don't do that.
No, I honestly think it could be, but I'm going to change it anyhow. I'm going to go for one of my backups, and I'm going to go for Starfield DLC.
Yeah, Shattered Spaces. I think Shattered Space will be there for sure. That was on my list too. Way to go, Steve. I think you took a bunch of mine away.
Does Shattered Space have a date? Is that September that I'm thinking of? Something is coming out in September, I swear.
Everyone's predicting, right? It's only been rumors, so they said that this is what they're working. It's coming this year. Nothing official, right? That's as far as Bethesda has gone into saying anything about Shattered Space. The Shattered Spaces or Shattered Space? What is it?
I think it's singular. I think.
Shattered Space?
Yeah, Shattered
Right.
Space. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
my question when it comes to Starfield is Shattered Space going to be the final DLC? And I don't believe it will be.
I don't think so.
I just hope it's not going to drop another 1,000 planets, because I've still got 999 in the first game. The best yet to go.
Yeah, they don't need to make the game any bigger. They just need
No.
to populate it. But
Fill it. Yeah.
yeah.
Brad says they're going to save Kojima for Summer Game Fest. Keeley will let him talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him there either, right?
Yeah.
But I think that
Yeah,
is a huge win for Xbox if they can pull him over to their showcase for OD.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But Starfield Shattered Space release date. You got a prediction on the date?
Sometime in fall.
Fall. My prediction is that September is the 1 year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
I think it would line up well to come back and say, hey, welcome back. This is a 1 year. Boom. Here's the Shattered Space DLC. Jump back in. Don't miss it. This is what you're going to get into. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I think we see it there, too.
By the way, land speeders. That's all they have to say.
Yeah, there's finally vehicles. Oh, my goodness. Thank God. So happy there's going to be vehicles. Like, it's just been... I'm so tired of walking around these huge planets, man. Right?
That legitimately might be what it is to pull me in. Because my issue was that it takes too long to go anywhere, and I wasn't excited constantly. And I've been very spoiled in the last decade. I like being excited constantly.
Yeah.
So this would be a way of speeding that up, and I think that'd be great. But I don't think Bethesda's ready to move on from Starfield as much as I think Elder Scrolls needs the attention, and Fallout is demanding the attention. Starfield, they've just spent so much time on. I think it's going to be another few years of development. or expansion.
Yeah, they've probably got some roadmap anyhow.
Oh yeah, they got definitely a roadmap ahead of them, right? They're gonna have an idea of what looks towards the future for Starfield, and I think you're right though, Scott. I don't think Shattered Space is the last we'll see of Starfield and from Bethesda, right? I think you're gonna get into more. I think this is one they want to live on for the next decade. I really think they want this to go for right into the next console for Xbox and throughout that console generation. They want people to be back into Starfield and just living and breathing that world.
Is this their destiny?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to mention like Destiny.
Maybe, man. Like, isn't that something to lose that? Like, you gotta think somebody over at Xbox goes, man, what did we do losing Bungie? Like, seriously, like.
Bungie was just laughing the whole time. We've been telling you. We put the hints in all of our games. Keep it clean. Remember,
oh boy,
the Traveler.
Yep, absolutely. All right, boys. Final round. Scott, this is yours. What do you got for your 5th Xbox Showcase prediction? Your final prediction. What do you have?
I didn't stack them in any way that would. It's not a crescendo at this moment or anything, but
well, now you let me down.
Perhaps one that you wouldn't have thought of is that's from Compulsion Games.
Oh, I was
They're
already
working
there.
on South of Midnight.
Yeah, man, that was.
Did you get that one?
Absolutely. Yep. I had it too. I had that one too. That game looks sick. I cannot wait to see what they have. So what are you thinking then?
I can't recall how much has been shown off on South of Midnight.
Not much.
I believe it was shown just thrown up on one of the last showcase. So like I'm aware of the title of it, but looking at it, I'm going Compulsion Games. Okay, I had just played. Oh well, probably a year ago. I played Contrast.
Okay.
And I loved that game.
Man, did you just play it last year?
Yeah, I know it was very old.
All right, no, that's fair. That was like a PS4 launch title, right? So the fact that it was. Yeah, so the fact that you just played it, I was like, wow, good for you. I'm glad you played it though. Cool game, right?
Guys, there's a couple of weird spots where I'm very late to come to these games, but yeah, Contrast was so cool. Just I'm really a sucker for any puzzle games, but South of Midnight. When they strike me, they really do strike me. I liked Hue and I liked Contrast. I played them both at the same time.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
One with color and one without.
So what do you think we get to? Is there any else, or you think we just see more South of Midnight?
I think we just see more South of Midnight. I don't think we've seen enough to demand any sort of a release window, unless Compulsion is very, very confident. But I don't know enough to know if that's true.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get a cinematic trailer.
All right. I'm putting that in there then. See more cinematic. All right, cinematic trailer, eh? Interesting.
Yeah, just so we get an idea of what's going on in that game, maybe what kind of, just what to expect.
Yep. No, for sure. Cool. No, I want to see more. That game looked cool. Like, what an art style, right? So I was like, yo, this looks right up my alley. What do you got? Yeah. Looks a little creepy too, though, right?
Well, We Happy Few is the creepy one with the art style that I'm certain you have not played. But
I've not played that one. No, I have not.
No, I've heard some unfortunate things about it, so I have not checked it out myself. But it caught my eye though, the artistry of it.
All right, Steve, are you ready for your number 5? Your 5th and final prediction for the Xbox Showcase is
Wolf Among Us 2.
Oh. All right.
Because it's been delayed. It's been delayed a few times. I know they're looking maybe December, possibly. I think I read up on it.
Yep. So you think we get it this year?
Yeah.
So you're predicting a release date?
I think it was supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to come out last year, and then it got pushed.
Do you guys
can't recall now?
It was funny because it was on the Summer Game Fest thing, right? It was on last year's Summer Game Fest where Jeff Keighley did like this virtual production of the set, and they were in there with he was in there with the devs. And they were talking about the game and how they're working on it, bringing it back, this, that, and the other. Very, very cool. I'm excited. Has anybody finished the first one?
I'm playing it now.
Oh,
I'm actually
no spoilers.
Yeah.
No,
fair enough.
I'm still early. I'm still kind of early, but I sort of downloaded it on me from Game Pass, and I left. I think I mentioned it on the last Gamecast a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump into it. I'm ready for it, and then realised I had to buy the game. I think they changed it. I had to pay to download it. I guess because that's why I was speculating that the second one would be out coming soon.
Yeah,
because they had to charge me for the first one.
Yeah. Cool. Do you have a date you're thinking for this release date?
I'm going for December time.
Oh, you think so? Dude, I'd be...
Yeah.
I wonder if they just do the stealth drop out now. One of those,
that'd
right?
be nice.
Yeah,
It could be in the next couple of months or so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so December, you say.
Yeah, that one's been worked on off and on for quite some time now.
Oh, man.
It's not impossible to say that a shadow drop is maybe possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was reading like the layoffs. They had quite a lot of layoffs.
There's been definitely some turmoil going on over at Telltale, right? Telltale gone, back, still in trouble. It's just like, hopefully they can figure things out and get back on track where they need to be, and we get some great games. The Expanse, again, right? One of those, Steve, you and I talked about it. We did the first episode and loved it. We're looking forward to those. We just got busy already with the list of things we were working on. Never able to get back to it. We're talking about maybe actually finishing that back off, coming back around. So we're going to check that out. My fifth and final prediction for the Xbox showcase is there's a beautiful little art style I like to call Breath of the Wild. And there's a game that looks somewhat similar with some beautiful animals, some whimsical creatures, and some figures walking around. And it had the title from Rare called Everwild.
I thought so.
All right, dude, we have to see it. We have to get something on this. I think, do they end the conference with it? With the release date? I'm trying to think if we would get it this year. Like, that's the only thing.
How long have they been working on?
So that was announced back in 2019. Oh, okay. So it's been a while. And then it's just like, poof, dead silence. Just vanished, right? Like, nobody's seen or heard anything of it since. Anything you hear out of Rare is just Sea of Thieves. It's like, yo, we do know you guys are working on this other game called Everwild. Where is it at? And I think this is where we get it. I think this is going to be... Man, here's the thing. Like, we do all these predictions, right? We build up our hype. We build up our hopes and dreams. And if there are like only half of our predictions are there, does that still feel a little weak for Xbox?
Ooh, hard to say. Xbox. I'm so used to Xbox having it a little bit weak that I'm looking at things like Indiana Jones, and there's a lot of potential though, so they could bounce back still.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. Yeah, what kind of announcements are we going to get that we haven't heard of?
Well, okay.
I mean, go on, you finish, Drew.
So I'm going to go down my list. This is what I have for my list of predictions. Fable, which I got there. Perfect Dark, I have there. Scott, sucker. Dude, I got that one on you. Everwild, right? So it was announced in 2019. I had South of Midnight, which you took. Good idea. I didn't get to it because we just ran out of it. A new IP. So this is like after. This doesn't count.
Yeah.
A new IP from Double Fine.
Ooh.
Right? The last game they worked on was Psychonauts 2, and that's been a few years.
Yeah.
Tim and the team over there got to be working on something. Absolutely. It won a ton of awards. So,
was that 2020?
Yeah, I would think so. Somewhere around there. So they got to be close, right? Give me Grim Fandango 2. I'm calling it. Like, man, what a game back in the day.
I haven't played that one.
Oh, it was awesome. I also called Indiana Jones. Good job, Steve. Gear 6, and then my first prediction was the handheld. So here, let me recap our predictions. All right, you guys ready?
Let me say one thing, because I've actually got an overflow like you. Do you think they're going to bring out more remastered games? You know, I sort of like Killer Instinct, or this Fallout's doing really well. Do you think they might bring out a remastered of Fallout 3? Or something like that?
Rumored, yeah.
There's a rumor of it, right? There's something happening there with Fallout 3.
Well.
You know,
Viva Pinata, says Kyle. Viva Pinata. There's a callback. Good job, Kyle.
That's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
My old roommate was really about Viva Pinata for some reason.
Brad wants to know, do we think we'll see some kind of teaser on The Witcher 4?
Ooh.
I think it's too early.
I think you're right, Steve.
I think it might be a little bit too early, unless it's a cinematic thing.
Splash
So you
screen.
won't actually-
It's just the title.
Yeah.
Like, and if that's all it is, don't even show me. I don't want to see that. Nah, nobody wants to see that anymore, right? Nobody. But yeah, no, I think you're right though, Steve. I think we might even see something on the Fallout 3 remaster that was rumored. Here's the advantage that Scott and I have over you, is that we talk about this stuff every day for the Daily Show.
I know.
And then you just join us once a week and then review the games, right? So it's not like you're not working for the company. Believe me, you're working. It's just you're just doing something a little bit different than what Scott and I do on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
I want
And
Bad
another one
Company
I
2
thought-
remaster.
Yeah. Another one I thought of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024.
Well, so yeah, that's there. Here's the thing. So
Again, because
I'm
Microsoft. Yeah.
curious on that. Yeah, it became a yearly release somehow.
weird, right? We got last year's version. Scott hit me up because we were on it this weekend. Scott goes, Microsoft Flight Sim? I'm like, nah, it's a buddy of mine who wanted to try it out. So we have friends over, and he was talking about, we were talking about playing games back in the day, and one of them said, yo, have you played the newest one? He goes, no. I said, give me 20 minutes, I'll have it downloaded here, and you can try it. I don't know where he went, and he's like blown away. Dude, we flew over my house.
Really?
I was like, yo, I live like that's right there. And there's like 2 warehouses in my backyard. They were there. Those warehouses
cool.
were, I was like, yo, that is nuts. Yeah, very cool game. He
Very
crashed
detailed.
into the water a couple times.
I would-
Actually,
would
to your
love to
house,
fly
your
over.
backyard. To have a helicopter instead than your backyard.
That was cool.
Oh, it was half my life ago that I flew over the city of Barrie. I would love to see that again, but in Microsoft Flight Sim. See how many things are updated and whatever. I can
Yeah.
tell from 3,000 feet, you can see in your own window.
Yeah, it was cool. Like we saw the 400, right? We're traveling down the 400 more or less,
Yeah.
but in the plane. It's just wild, man. It's wild. What a game. But
Another prediction I had was Diablo 4, like a new season.
new season. Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
New improved stuff and that, loot and
Yeah.
new improved loadout, I believe. I think I read up on that.
No, I think that's
They're-
a good
they're
one.
They're constantly making changes and then fixing those changes they've made. So I think it is quite likely we'll see another season.
Yeah. There's still a lot of people playing that. I know a lot of people have fallen off of it.
Yeah,
Is the
I started getting into
unfortunate
it. I joined the first bit and then I thought I had time to get back into it, really.
It's just not for me. Not for me. You have any other predictions that were there?
Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
Maybe a new update. Infinite. Maybe a new update or something. Possibly.
Oh, where's that Tatanka, man? The Battle Royale.
Ah, yeah.
I still have hope.
That's a fan made thing in Forge. Like that's where your battle royale lies, right? Which here is good, but when you kind of
Yeah,
expect
it was
that
cool.
out of 343, don't you?
Yeah, I want like string together all the maps. I want an Apex Legends basically of Halo. That's so I know that's still like far fetched. But
Yeah.
if Titanfall can get one, why can't Halo? Come on.
There you go. Scott, did you have any extras that you had in the back of your mind?
No, we actually
Nailed
stayed
it all,
off
eh?
of mine. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so let me go over the list. Here we go. First round, I predicted Xbox handheld. Scott, you predicted id Software reveals a Quake tease. Pretty cool. Steve, you were with Gear 6 with a 2024 release date. I think you're wrong. I think you're right for Gear 6. Second round. Scott, you predicted Elder Scrolls Castles. Dude, I gotta look this thing up now. Mobile game announced and a release date. Steve, your second prediction was Stalker 2 gets a September release date. Good call. I expect something on Stalker as well. I think that's a good idea. I went with Fable gameplay with the 2025 release window. Prediction round 3. Steve, you went with Indiana Jones with a holiday season release date. I think that's a safe bet. I think that's an easy 1-pointer for you. Good job. I went with a new... yeah, gonna need something, right? I went with a new IP out of Activision Blizzard. I'm more, I think, hopeful now that they're a part of Xbox. Let's pull some of the team off of Call of Duty. Just let them create something else. something unique,
There was
and something special.
There was rumored. Oh no, I'm thinking of Vicarious again.
Nah,
I was gonna say there more Tony Hawk games need to be remastered, but that's not happening.
Yeah. And then prediction 3 for you, Scott, was Blade teaser trailer, which, all right, cool. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Round 4, I predicted the showcase will open with Perfect Dark. We'll get gameplay, no release date or window, nothing. Just a reminder and a little showing of Joanna Dark. Right? yeah. Scott, you predicted OD with Kojima Productions. Kojima coming out on stage. That's a fantastic call, dude. Somehow that one slipped. Yeah.
Do you think Death Stranding 2? Do you think something from Death Stranding 2?
No, that's PlayStation exclusive. So you're not going to see that there.
Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's...
OD is the exclusive to Xbox One.
It's all good. Steve, you predicted Starfield Shattered Space release date in September. We'll get some gameplay on that and a better understanding of what we're going to get into with Shattered Space. Anybody going to go back to finish that game up before we get into Shattered Space?
I don't know if I have the time to
no.
throw into it because that's a big game.
And unfortunately for me, Fallout 4 has kind of got my
hooks in me a little bit. Well, we're going to hear more about that in a minute here. But yeah, that's cool.
That is fortunate, not unfortunate. That's a good day.
Yeah, very cool. All right, our final round of predictions, our 5th round predictions. Scott, you stole it. South of Midnight. We'll see more. Cinematic trailer on that. Dude, I can't wait if that's the case. I really would like to know more. What's coming out of Compulsion Games? Obviously, they're working on that, but what is that game? It looked super cool. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that. Steve, you went with The Wolf Among Us 2 release date coming in December. That'll be fun. That'd be a good time, too, I think, actually. That'd be cool. Northern says, I got all the Fallout 4 DLC for free. Really?
Is there? I can't remember there being more than one Fallout. Just on that topic, my brother was asking me. He's going, "Oh, you have Far Harbor?" I said, "Yeah, I think that's the only one." I don't remember.
Not sure if it was a glitch. Fair enough. And then my final prediction was Everwild gameplay trailer and release date of 2025. So those are Xbox showcase predictions. There's a lot to kind of hope for, wishful thinking, right? Dreamland, if we could pull all these together, be definitely pretty cool. We still have a few minutes left, and at this point I'm going, boys, if we talk a little bit longer, I'm okay with that. What have we been playing? We'll just wrap up one more segment here, because I always like to get into what we've been playing. Steve, I'm going to kick it off with you, buddy. You started it. Back in the world of Fallout 4, are you?
Oh, yes. I was only going to sort of just bounce on for a little bit, and then 3 hours later, I just found I was in the Sanctuary, just dismantling houses, collecting all the materials. I started building a floor, and then thought, I'm not going to build my settlement here. I'm going to go somewhere else. But I've been doing a bit of exploring and just breaking down everything. I find myself keep going into the same buildings again because I get a little bit lost of, have I been here before? And it's like, yes, I have. So I've been enjoying the Fallout 4.
Nice.
I've been playing a bit more of Evil West. I'm really enjoying that. I got a little bit put off because there was because it's quite linear, but you have boss fights at certain areas, and there was one of them that was cheesing me off a little bit. It kept killing me. So I actually, with my last bit of health, I actually finished it off and I got to the next part. So I've really been enjoying that. And also jumped into a bit more of Stellar Blade, the game that we did.
Yeah.
Because I stopped playing it for a bit because of other games. And I thought, I'm going to jump in for a bit and do a few more side quests. That's kind of like, I like the open world ones for just for an hour or so, just go off, do a side quest, build up, get XP or level up your weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've been having a lot of fun just doing that really at the moment.
Nice. That sounds cool. Everybody on the Fallout train right now, man. I'm glad it hooked you. I'm glad it hooked you. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and I've seen the Wolf Amongst Us as well. Sorry, which I mentioned before.
How far are you? How far are you in that?
I think I'm still on like chapter 1 because there's quite a bit going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much about the story just in case Scott wants to play it or something like that, but I'm just loving the art style, that comic book.
Yep.
It just looks so phenomenally good.
I think I got into episode 3 is where I think I fell off. I just got sidetracked. And so I'm like, man, I got to get back to that. wrap it up.
I thought I had completed it, but I don't have the achievement for episode 5, so I suppose I did not.
Guess not. Guess not. Eh? Scott, Northern
Gonna have to
Nerdcast
restart all
said
over.
there's 6 pieces of DLC for Fallout 4.
Oh, okay, but are there gun packs? Because the Wasteland gun packs don't count.
Nope. A Monotron, Wasteland Workshop, Far Harbor, Contraptions Workshop, Vault Tech Workshop, and Nuka World. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff there, man. Yeah, Bethesda, right? Good on keeping their stuff going, that's for sure. Scott, let's kick it over to you. What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a ton of Wreckfest. So much Wreckfest that it's getting in the way of my responsibilities.
I was going to say, there can't be that many vehicles you can unlock, is there? You must have unlocked everything.
Yeah, I've almost gotten the complete achievement list now. I will not. I've decided I'm not going to. I have to put it behind me because there's too many things in front of me. But I love Wreckfest, and I like having just a racing game offhand because instead of loading up an open world, I find that's just too much all at once. So I like to have just a race that I can just load up quickly, easy, and keep going. But I just started a new game, Have a Nice Death.
Yes, I saw that.
Roguelite.
How is it?
Yeah, roguelite, 2-dimensional game. I'm liking it really well. Like,
should I download it?
We played Trinity Fusion, and
yeah,
I think I honestly like Trinity Fusion a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
But it's different. It's strange. There's a lot of things in.
I have to say, I'm with you. I did like Trinity Fusion because I think I played the preview with you, Drew. I think initially.
Yep.
That game was so good.
It was great. Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic game. You been playing anything else?
No, there's some things in Have a Nice Death that reminds me of Hades #1 though, which again in turn reminds me I want to play Hades #2.
Yeah, that just dropped in early access today. I see a lot of people having only good things to say about it, which cool. It has me intrigued to go check out. Yeah, right. It's one of those things. I've been on the usual train of Siege, PUBG. I'm not going to bore people with that. Of course, Predecessor as well. Shout out to our friends at Ometa Studios. They hooked me up with a new Sparrow skin. Awesome. Just awesome. She's got this hood now, and I'm like, I feel like a stealth badass. It is so cool. Yeah, played a good game last night, and then hooked up with a person, and we actually became friends online because of it. Like we were just man, I was carry, they were support, and we each got 9 kills, and we just rolled. It was fantastic, man. When you're firing on all cylinders with your teammate, there's nothing that feels better than that.
I haven't made a friend playing online games since I was 15, I believe, and I still talk to that guy. Actually, funny enough.
This Predecessor now, I've got like 4 people that I've hooked up with. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. So it's funny though, but none of us talk over headset. It's all just communication through the game. That is it. Just pings and the dialogue options that give you like off you're heading to what lane you're going to, right? Or defend here, or go to Orb Prime, or go to Fangtooth, that kind of stuff. Just the usual. But yeah, again, I'm not gonna keep boring people on that. No rest for the wicked. I cannot put that game down. I really just cannot put it down. And here things just got worse today because this arrived.
Oh, and I know what you're going to play on that.
It's the OLED Steam Deck. Thanks to our friends over at Valve. They sent this over to me. I'll be getting into my full thoughts review on that in the near future for the show. And the first game I downloaded, No Rest for the Wicked. That is it. Goodbye, everybody. Show is over. Like, this is, man, just hooked. And it's just like, how much do I want to play this game? Because it does take so much time. Because I'm going out and grinding for resources. That's literally, that was all I did the other day. There's daily challenges. I'm going out. I'm like, okay, I need to go get pine. Well, now you need to go back to where you first started because that's where the pine is. If you go over the other one, then that's a different kind of wood. So I went backwards. I got my pine wood. I went in there, upgraded. So now I can go down the tunnel in the rookery. So now I fixed the part that was busted in there. That goes down. I upgraded one of the shops already too. I'm like, and then these things to upgrade. So I upgrade the shop. It's an hour. A literal hour. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I will be back. Right? It's just one of those, so you put it down or you go grind out more and you just continue. I've hit a bit of a so this is what happened. I tried to get to one spot and I'm just like, I just keep dying. you know what, forget this. I'm just gonna go grind out some resources, and I'm chopping wood, and I'm gathering stone. And like, there's this whole other side to the game where it's, you don't even need to go play the mission, just go do that. And that's what I was doing. And it's just like, man, there goes hours, right? It's just so cool.
Yep. It's got me 3 hours dismantling stuff in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Just go click,
Yeah.
and just rebuilding stuff. Yeah.
And then from there, yeah, we quickly jumped into Microsoft Flight Simulator because a buddy of mine wanted to check it out. That was pretty funny. My son and I played Mortal Kombat. Ermac is still. I'm continue to grind out Ermac. Ermac is such a cool character. I've never really played. It's funny thing is I never played Ermac in the past, and then he dropped here in Mortal Kombat 1, and I'm all in. Ermac is fantastic.
Sub-Zero, weren't you?
Scorpion. Scorpion.
Sorry.
Yeah. I was his competition. I was his brother. So yeah, I was Scorpion, and now I'm in Ermac, and I'm unlocking new skins and grinding out his past. I think I'm level 15 or 16. There's 35 levels to each mastery character, and then there's the cameos. So my Frost, I use Frost a lot, and she's now level 13 or 14 now. So
Are you going to unlock Homelander from the boys?
well, so that I have the pass. I have the full expansion pass. So that I will have Homelander here whenever they didn't. It's funny because they announced him yesterday. So I don't have. He's not out yet, right? So, but when he does drop, I'll have him. But we were talking about it today on the Daily Show. Like I don't know who he is. He's from the boys. That's all I know, right? He's the bad guy. He's just a villain. So
Bad superhero. Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Drinks some weird milk.
Yeah, beast milk or something. I have no idea. I'm like, do I have to go check out the boys? Let's see what's going on here.
You like it, but it is very crude on certain bit.
I can handle that.
And and you'll get the gist of the milk as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not what you think it is.
Is that on Netflix? What's that on, Steve? Do you know?
I think it's Amazon Prime or Prime Videos or whatever it is.
All right. Well, we have that, so I might just go take a look.
Yeah.
See what this is
You'll
all
be
about.
like, you'll be shocked by some bits.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
just very crude and stuff, but it's enjoyable.
Cool.
So.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. All I've been playing. There's something. Oh, Scott and I are going to get in here too very shortly. It's called Manor Lords, the city builder. We've been kind of craving a city builder lately, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's always something to play here, and it's just go. Last night played MLB The Show. Lost in the end to our good friend Kyle. Man, he just got that one. He jacked one over the fence. I'm like, man, if it wasn't for that, I would have had him. But yeah, so that competition continues on. I like MLB The Show. What a great game. I just wish they'd fix Road to the Show, because Road to the Show is still, it's just not where it needs to be, right? It's just kind of bland and boring, and there's just no personality there at the end of the day. But the rest of the game, incredible. Absolutely incredible. But guys, I think that's going to be it. We've been here yammering on. As always, we're here live every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, over on Twitch, YouTube. And then you can catch us later over on our Fast Channel on Rad TV, ITGTV.com. You can't miss us. There's always something to check out. We have everything from reviews, news, interviews, a whole lot more. We got a couple of interviews in the works coming up. Make sure you check those out. And a couple other things here we'll be announcing shortly when the time is right. But until then, we'll be back again. Guys, thank you for joining me. That was Steve Radley, as always, all the way over from jolly old England. And the guy you see with me each and every day is none other than Scott Savage, or also known as Savage. Until tomorrow,
That's
everybody.
Right.
Send us out of here, Scott.
We'll see you inside the game.
See you, everybody.